was all, what was all that about? Oh my God. The entire time. Here I am, poking around, talking all this nonsense, singing. Oh my gosh. Does it work? Finally. Okay, someone said finally. Okay. What the hell? You know what, though? My power went out. My power went out, and sometimes when my power goes out, my webcam does all funky things, like it'll contort and go in all these weird different directions. So it must have reset my mic, but isn't that weird? My power going out made it so Streamlabs doesn't use my default microphone. Like, what? Your power goes out a lot? It really does. It really does. And you know what? It's been going out early in the morning too. Like, it'll turn off at like 7 a.m. for a half an hour. I don't know what's going on. I'm pausing the Eras tour for this. Baby. The Eras tour movie versus this live stream, no comparison. Yeah. The Tortured Poet Society can go off and be tortured because we have tea to spill. I'm not on mute, Michelle. Oh, that's because Michelle's probably watching from like 3 minutes ago. That's why. That's why she's still saying, you're muted. Oh my gosh, there's going to be people coming in here like an hour and a half from now that start from the beginning and go, you're muted. People don't realize that they're not watching live. That's okay, though. That's okay. I paused homework. Normally, I would tell you that stupid YouTube shit has no priority over schoolwork. But today, we can put a pause on the homework. Yes, we can. We can. Did the Dad Challenge podcast help you out? He did. He did. We're going to talk about that. We're going to have a chit chat about what he and I said to one another. Rice Noodles, thank you so much for the first super chat of my return. This is going to be an interesting year. It certainly is. We're about halfway done. We're almost to 2025. And something tells me we're going to have a spicy summer, a sizzling hot fall, and oh God, what's another adjective that means hot? A caliente winter. Oh my God. I paused Chantal's 12-minute pizza inhalation. Oh yeah, I saw that she got Little Caesars. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I went to Pizza Hut yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. For lunch. They have these new things. It's called like a little like lunchbox combo thing. And it's a personal pan pizza, 4 boneless wings, and you have the option to get a drink too. And it's like $8. It's really good. Really good. Guy who rang me out said, oh, Jordan, order for Jordan. Michael Jordan. You probably get that a lot, huh? Like just making like small talk with me. And he goes, Michael Jordan, but you probably get that a lot. And I go, never. Climate change just means caliente winter. Heck yeah, it does. Heck yeah, it does. Who needs skiing? Who needs polar bears? Who needs ice? Well, like shit, I guess if there's no ice, no slushies. Which, by the way, I have one. Could I... not having a slushie for today's stream would be unthinkable. You ruined his day for not laughing. It was kind of shitty of me because he was just trying to be nice and make small talk. I was like, deadpan, never. But I like stupid little funny interactions like that in everyday life. Like, I left that parking lot laughing my ass off. So, that's okay. That's okay. He rethought his whole life. Jordy, perfect time for UK. I'm glad. Dragon Lily, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Broke ass girly pop, loving you from out in Bay, Ohio. Oh my gosh, Putin Bay. Didn't you do that last time too? And I also read the typo. Maybe your phone auto corrects to out from put. Thank you so much, Dragon Lily. Golden Masquerade. Nice to see you. Thank you for sending that in. Maybe Jeffrey gave her some allergies. Here's a blessing toward getting a stringy Eugenia wig. I have a black wig, but it's not really stringy. It's more like Bellatrix from Harry Potter. Like, very cackling while leaving a room saying, I killed Sirius Black. Like, very that. Not so much Eugenia Cooney. But I don't think that I would ever cosplay as Eugenia just because it's like... I feel like that Onion guy kind of ruined it. Onision. I feel like he kind of ruined it, so it's like no one can cosplay Eugenia anymore. So, whatever. We can still cosplay plenty of other people. Thank you so much, Golden. Willow Wren. Hey, Willow. Appreciate you. They need to raid his house and his new helper. Let's be real. Oh, I agree, Willow. Appreciate you, thank you. Alyssa Love, thank you again. Eugenia watered the plants. Did she? Wouldn't be the first time. She's got those eye drops now. I'm telling y'all, once you get those eye drops, the opportunities are endless. Oh, boy. Okay, we'll see you later, Mango. Real life comes first sometimes. Blocked. Appreciate the super chat. I've never wanted you to mute someone more. Well, I was muted for a long 16 days. And, you know, while we had the other channel, and I'm very thankful that I was able to go live on there over the past couple weeks and still do live streams and stuff, this isn't a laughing matter. This isn't a laughing matter at all. I'm not sure if this is going to be not followed up with. Catch my drift? But I'm not going to put all my cards on the table. But I'm just going to say, my YouTube account, you know, a source of my income, was shut down for 16 days. Falsely. No merit to it. Should have never happened. I was basically put in a chokehold by YouTube's very, in my opinion, faulty system that they have in place for it. And, yeah, I don't think that that should have been. Sorry, I got a little off topic there. Thank you, Blocked. Lori, appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you send in 2? You sent in... You sent in 2 super... Oh my god. It's like coming up like... It's staggered, though. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Lori. Always, oh my God, completely way too generous. Please give us a parody of this return to Welcome Back, Cotter. Oh my gosh. I actually brought that up to some people, some, not people my age, but I was like talking to like, people in like their 50s and 60s, and somebody said like, I told them about that super chat, and they were like, oh yeah. They like knew all about it. Lori, thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh. I really appreciate it. And welcome back for your 5th month. Oh my. We have some 5-monthers on YouTube now. Jeez. There aren't many of them on Twitch. I think that there's maybe like a handful of people. There's like a handful of people on Twitch that are at their 5 months. Same with YouTube. Those 5-monthers, they've been here since the beginning of those memberships. I really appreciate it, Lori. Oh my gosh. I actually think I'm coming to Boston over the holiday. I do. I think over like July 4th. Because my girlfriend who was travel nursing, if you guys watched my travel vlog to Seattle last summer, Haley, the girl that's in that travel vlog, she finished her rotation. Well, what she did was she did Seattle, and then she moved down to Portland, did Portland for a couple months. Got a boyfriend, but I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about that. It's a little messy. Anyway, she's back in Pittsburgh for a couple weeks, and then she's moving to Boston in a week. So she asked me to come visit over the 4th. So we have to see how that's going to work out. I'm looking forward to it. I've only been to Boston once, and I was really young, so I don't really remember it. Okay, everybody. So this is just going to kind of be, conversation based, like a lot of my live streams are. So I guess we should just start from the beginning. So, I mean, shit. The morning of this, Tuesday, May 28th, I got a bunch of emails that said, Alicia Doherty has issued you a takedown request. And then I got another email, and it said, Alicia Doherty has issued a takedown request. And then I got another email, and it said that. So I mentioned this on my other stream, but I kind of want to just clarify here because I want anybody who doesn't, know everything to know everything. I'm going to be very thorough about it. I was issued 3 copyright strikes, which terminates your channel. I'm under the impression that you can only receive 3 copyright strikes because after 3 copyright strikes, your account is going to be terminated, essentially, unless you do something about it. So I received a pretty ominous email the morning of Tuesday that in addition to 19 violations, 3 copyright strikes that included 19. So, I mean, I don't really know how I want to word it. I could say 19 copyright strikes, or I could say 19 violations. It's kind of, whatever. So I received 12 on Oh Lordy, It's Jordy, 7 on Oh Lordy, More Jordy. So I had access to my other account because once you receive 3, you're not allowed to go live. You're not allowed to upload videos. I couldn't even make a community post to let you guys know what was going on. So if you didn't follow me on Twitter or you didn't see my other channel, there are some people that still have no idea what's going on. And, I saw people commenting even up until like yesterday saying like, Jordy, it's been 2 weeks. Where you been? Yeah. So, I mean, obviously not everybody has social media or they follow the other channel or whatever. So, with that and everything. So what happened that morning of that 28th was I knew with copyright strikes, just from like what I had heard from everybody else and everything, I said, oh, you just have to counter it. That's all you have to do. You just have to counter it. They won't take you to court. Don't worry. You know, I saw a lot of you saying that in the chat, everything. They won't take you to court. Oh my God, all you have to do is counter it. The thing that I don't think a lot of people know about copyright strikes is they have to be approved from my end. So when I went to fill out the counterclaim form to all of those strikes she sent me on the morning of Tuesday, the 28th, because I wanted to get the process started as soon as possible because I knew that she had 10 days to respond to it. So I figured, well, you know, the quicker I get this in motion, the quicker I can get it resolved and the quicker I can get my channel back. But I knew at like a minimum, I was going to be, you know, down for 10 days. So I filled out this form, which by the way, it's a very long form, and it's not one of those forms that you can do Google autofill on. You know how sometimes you'll go to like press in your name and then it'll be like, oh, would you also like to include your address, phone number, email address, and it like fills out the whole page for you. For some reason, this form that I was filling out did not do autofill for me. So I had to go in, I had to click every fucking little thing and type it in, you know, 19 times. 19 times. I had to fill out this giant ass form 19 times, okay? A day or two goes by to all my copyright strike counters. I get emails. Dear Jordan, unfortunately, we can't honor this request because we don't think that there's a legitimate reason that you're counterclaiming the copyright strike. And I thought to myself, well, shit. I have to have a legitimate reason because it gives you this form. You have to give them all of your information. So I had to give Alicia my name, my phone number, my email address, where I live, and some other stuff. Had to give that all to her and her attorney. Oh, her attorney. We'll get to that. The attorney. Oh, yes, we will. So had to give out all that information. And a day or two later, I get said to, your counterclaim has been rejected. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what? I can't counter this strike? And, you know, everybody's always made it sound so willy-nilly. Like all you do is like fill out the form and then it lets you counter it. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why can't I? Well, because you have to provide a reason why you think that you are right. So the reason that I provided, all I said was, you know, all of my videos contain fair use transformative footage. I didn't do anything wrong. Yada, yada, yada. Right? So they didn't like that because I just gave like a one sentence answer to that. So it was at that time that you all started suggesting to me to talk to the Dad Challenge podcast. And I checked out his channel because I had heard of him in the past. And I know that he had covered Alicia pretty extensively on YouTube, like over, many years and everything. And he's gone through kind of the ringer with her. Like she's copyright striked him a lot. She's threatened to take him to court. She sent him cease and desists, all this stuff. And he's fought it every time. But, in the moment, like, I just want to say, like, I'm just trying to bring myself back to like 2 weeks ago. Like in the moment when you're sitting on 3 copyright strikes, you receive an email that says your YouTube account is about to be terminated. And you're just like looking at everything you built here on YouTube and like, your community and like all that stuff like over the years. And you're thinking like, is this really all about? Because I mean, after I received those rejection letters, I was like thinking to myself, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, holy shit. So I started talking to him. I explained to him the situation. And he said that it's total BS, basically, that my reason, or that I even had to provide a reason at all, to counter a claim or whatever. It's like, why does YouTube have to approve my counterclaim so that I can, you know what I mean? It's like, why do I even have to provide a reason? Regardless. But what he did was he sent me what he tells YouTube when he receives copyright strikes. So he gave me a little paragraph of what to provide in the reasoning for this form. So, you know, that giant ass form I had to fill out 19 times, no Google autofill in it? Yeah, had to fill it out 19 more times. But this time, I used what the Dad Challenge podcast provided to me. So I took his little paragraph, I pasted it in there, and I sent them in for review. Took a couple more days. All right. So after that happened, I was contacted by Alicia's attorney. And I'm going to pull it up here. They weren't too happy with me. They weren't too happy with me. Okay. Just making sure I didn't show this person's name, because we're going to talk about this specific attorney. So this person reached out to me and they told me, you know, they represent Alicia Doherty. If y'all don't know about this, Alicia is, you know what, guys, I'm going to move the little alert box out of the way just for this portion so that, you know, people reading the email and everything are able to see it. I don't know if it's still going to be visible, but I'm going to try to put it down here at the bottom so everyone can see the email. This company represents Alicia. So I don't exactly know what they do for her in terms of her YouTube account or her social media. I just know that they're a management company. I'm not exactly sure what they do for her, but they represent her nevertheless. Because if she did not have this management company, she and I would have had this conversation one-on-one. But I had to go through her attorney, because that was the person that was threatening to sue me. So this person basically reached out to me and said that they were responding to my copyright counterclaim, because the first time it didn't go through, it got rejected. But then after I talked to DCP and got my counterclaim submitted again with what he told me to do, and they got accepted, they were forwarded. So, you know how I said they got all my information. They have my address. They have all that information. So they reached out to my personal email and they said that they understand that I believe that my content is fair use. Okay. As a result of your counter notification that you filed through YouTube's system against us, we are now required to file a federal lawsuit within 10 days to protect our clients' rights. Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me that. I'm aware of how it works. I mean, I read all of it. Did you guys read any of it? Do you know how a copyright strike works? Anyway, so what they said to me was, and I find these two words very peculiar. Before proceeding. Okay, here's the thing about that. Before proceeding, why didn't I get this email before you sent me 19 violations? Why didn't I get this email before you shut down my account and a major source of income for me for 16 days? If you wanted to resolve this with me amicably, why didn't you reach out before that? Before proceeding, So it's like, here's the thing about copyright strikes. It's kind of like a very put your money where your mouth is kind of thing, because basically what a copyright strike is you're telling someone, I'm going to take your ass to court. I'm going to take your ass to court. So now that YouTube's basically asking you, do you have the balls to take this kid to court? Now you want to play this whole before proceeding shit with me? Okay. Now you want to fold. Now you want to talk and negotiate over email. Okay. All right. Yeah, they already proceeded. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that when you struck my account 19 times and I received an email that said in 7 days your YouTube account will be terminated, that was you proceeding. So now don't backfoot and try to write me an email and say, now let's try to sort this out so we don't have to go to court. You could have done that prior. You could have reached out before. And honestly, I may have had a genuine conversation with them and we may have come to a conclusion that they would have found favorable. Because you know what, y'all? We don't really talk about Alicia. She was like once a week on this channel, if that. We would do the grocery thing on Mondays. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I would have heard them out. I would have. I'm a very reasonable person. I'm a very open-minded person, I think. I would have had a conversation with this person. But the way that you started this conversation was by trying to delete my YouTube account. A significant source of income for me. So, do you think that you made a very good first impression on me? Before proceeding. Before I take your ass to court. Okay. All right. So, before proceeding, they would like to offer me an opportunity to understand their legal position and to resolve this matter amicably. I just think that it is the biggest slap in the face. It's demeaning, it's condescending, and it is fake as fuck to say that you would like to resolve this amicably. Because you told me, I'm going to delete your account and I'm going to take your YouTube account away and I'm going to take you to court. That's what you said. That's how it was communicated to me. You know, not all communication's verbal. When you issued 19 violations against my channel and I was basically thinking that my channel was going to get deleted because of this, that's what was communicated to me. So now you want to play amicable. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me hear you out. So they listed a whole bunch of reasonings so that I, because I'm so fucking stupid, so that I can understand their legal position in all of this, okay? Market impact. I made an impact on Alicia's whatever she does on the internet to make money. I personally impacted that, and they're going to prove it. Okay? Your use of our clients' content has had a direct negative impact on the market for the original work. How the hell are you going to prove that? How the hell are you going to say that my video, how do you measure that? How do you get that on paper? How do you get a dollar amount in terms of my video took away views from you, so then you lose money as a result? It's like, how would you produce that in terms of evidence? I'm curious. Okay. They go on to say, the derogatory and mocking tone adopted in your video has led to numerous hate comments and threats against Alicia Doherty. I do not inspire, encourage, or suggest that anyone from my videos go and contact any of the creators that we cover on here. Never have I ever said, oh yeah, go say this. Oh, go call her this. Blah, blah, blah. So if people on their own free will want to get on their accounts and go to another channel and say something, how are you going to pin that on me? How are you going to prove to a judge that I had a direct impact on Cindy Lou Who making a YouTube sock account, going to someone's YouTube account and leaving a nasty comment? I'd love to know. So, yeah. But we're going to talk about this lawyer and their accolades. We'll get to that. So they said that brands and sponsorships have stopped reaching out to Alicia due to her association with my videos significantly harming her reputation and market value. So, you know, all those like little brand deals that she'll get here and there, like, you know how she did like the McDonald's brand deal around like St. Patrick's Day where they all got Shamrock shakes and all that. So YouTube is not reaching out to Alicia Doherty. Sorry, brands, sponsorships, companies are not reaching out to Alicia Doherty anymore to offer her sponsorship opportunities because of my videos. My videos are the reason why Alicia Doherty can't get a Shamrock Shake sponsorship anymore. I would love to see you prove that in court. Love it. I would love to see it. In terms of significantly harming her reputation and market value, would love to see you prove that too, baby. I mean, what are you basically saying? That people can't have criticism or say anything derogatory about anyone on the internet? Because that would be the case for anything. If someone goes on Twitter and starts bitching about Elon Musk, could Elon Musk take them to court and say, oh, look, they're making my platform look worse. They're hurting my market value. So really, the tone of this email so far is they're very interested in silencing people. They're very interested in taking away people's voices because they don't like what voices can do. But here's the thing about voices. And I'm not one of those people that come on the internet and say, free speech, because free speech is limited. It's free speech so as long as you abide by the terms of service, which I do. I'm not someone who comes on here and says, free speech, I can say whatever I want, because I know that that's not true. And, you know, not everything on YouTube is result of the U.S. Constitution. It's an international platform. So to say that I am the reason or I had any bearing or impact on privately owned companies offering your Alicia Doherty sponsorships, that's absolutely asinine. That's insane. And I find it very patronizing that you would think I'm that stupid to believe that. Okay. So they go on here with their little Nexus Lexus reference here in terms of, you know, what this means for people and, you know, taking them to court. So they say this situation mirrors the precedent set in, and then they said some random court case, Harper and Roe versus Nation Enterprises, where the Supreme Court recognized that market impact is a crucial consideration in fair use analysis. So they're throwing out court case precedents to me making commentary on some woman shopping at Walmart. How far gone from reality are we? How far have we left Earth? How out of orbit have we fallen from the focal point here? But they ended the market impact statement here by saying, the harm to Alicia's market potential clearly indicates that this cannot be justified under fair use. It doesn't clearly indicate shit. It doesn't clearly indicate anything. When you say words like potential, that doesn't mean anything concrete. That means it could be. So to say that I am the reason why a brand may or may not reach out to Alicia to offer her sponsorships, how the hell would you go about proving that? It's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go up to random businesses, interrogate them and say, were you watching Jordy's videos? Did they change her opinion? Did his videos change your opinion on her? And then, you know, as a result, give you the, you know, inkling to not want to offer her money anymore? Did that happen? Did that happen? How the hell are you going to prove that? It's all an intimidation tactic. Oh, yeah. this is a very condescending email. This is a very intimidating, or at least trying to be intimidating email. It's a very bullying email. It's completely out of this person's rights to be saying shit like this to me. And it's completely false in a court case sense. She got her lawyer from Temu. We're going to talk about that. Just a second. So they go on to, cite another bullet point here so that I can better understand their legal position. Because I'm so fucking stupid that I can't understand this. I need them to write it out word for word and cite past court precedents so that I can understand. Thank you for that. Nature of transformation. While a portion of your content may be considered critique, the majority of your video consists of derogatory remarks about Alicia's everyday life, her family, and her activities. Okay. And? That doesn't mean anything. That does not mean anything. Even if this statement were true, doesn't violate any laws, doesn't violate any of YouTube's terms of service. So why are you telling me this? What's your point? This does not provide any educational value and instead degrades her brand. Okay. Now, this lawyer quite literally Googled what is fair use, because the fact that they said in this sentence, this does not provide any educational value, tells me that they looked up the legal definition of fair use. Here's the thing about fair use. I transform these videos significantly. If she does an hour live stream, an hour upload of her shopping, I'll talk for over 2 hours. That's pretty damn transformative. Fair use material does not have to be educational. It being educational definitely helps your case in terms of, it being transformative, but it doesn't have to be educational. So just basically saying that this is not transformative because it doesn't contain any educational value. Don't really know what you're going for there. I don't really know what you're going for there. It degrades her brand. Yes, you've already said that you don't like my content. Thank you. Okay, got it. So, moving on, this person cited commercial nature and monetization, saying basically, I make money off of transforming Alicia's content. Again, telling me more information I already know. Thank you. I'm aware that I make money from YouTube. Thank you, Temu lawyer. I appreciate that. So basically they said, if we were to go to court, let me move me down. If we were to go to court, courts oftentimes consider whether the use is primarily for commercial gain or for transformative purposes, like education, commentary, or criticism. So what are you trying to say? A court would look at my video and say, oh, hey, you know what? Actually, he's doing this to make money. He's not doing this for educational purposes. He's not doing this to better inform people on how to get a good deal at Costco. He's doing this to make money. Holy shit. Can you believe it? Oh, Lordy, it's Jordy makes YouTube videos to make money. Oh my God. I know. Seriously, if y'all need to pause the video and take a break for a second and take that in, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. You're supposed to be watching her for funsies, not profit. I was really taken aback by this, that someone informed me that I was making money off of my YouTube videos. I mean, this was really the point in the email. It kind of like climaxed for me. I was like, really eye-opening. Yeah. So they went on to say that, oftentimes when courts decide this kind of stuff, they say, they take into heavy consideration of whether or not it is for commercial gain or if it's for education, commentary, or criticism. Here's the thing. Here's the dumbest part about this sentence is courts often consider whether the use is primarily for commercial gain or for transformative purposes like education, commentary, or criticism. So what this person is saying in this sentence is they're going to look at whether you're doing this to make money or whether you're doing this to educate, commentate, or criticize. So they're making it seem like it's an either or thing. Like when courts realize that you're only doing this to make money, they're not going to be as forgiving with you and they'll side with me. That's what this person's saying in this sentence. But the stupid part about this is when you throw an either or at someone, usually it only applies one way. Like they're saying here, you're only making these videos for commercial gain. But the second part of this sentence says, but they're not going to consider that it's made for education, commentary, or criticism. You're going to tell me you're going to watch one of my videos and you can't say that it's not commentary or criticism based? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So Temu Lawyer here conjures up another LexisNexis case, copied and pasted it in here, and said that the Supreme Court, Supreme Court, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Supreme Court here acknowledged in a precedent, an established precedent, something about fair use, lack of transformation, market harm, a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Your monetized video, which predominantly serves to entertain through derogatory and mocking commentary, clearly leans toward commercial exploitation rather than the legitimate transformative use. Mic drop. Z-Snap. They cleared. They ate. They did everything. They shut me up. Clearly. They later on go on to say, your video uses Alicia's content, including significant portions that depict her family, house, and activities. If you don't want people commenting on your home life, your parenting ability, the way you're raising your children, the food that you're feeding them, don't put it on the internet. Don't have a YouTube channel showing all of the stuff you feed your kids, all of the time or all of the time that you don't spend with your kids. Maybe don't do that, and then people won't have anything to say about it. So here's what they want to do. They want Alicia to have her platform. They want her to be, to say and do whatever she does on her channel. And they don't want anybody to have a problem with it. Unless you are commenting something on her video that is nice or uplifting or positive, keep it to yourself. Is that the way the internet works? Is that the way that the internet works? Okay. So again, you're telling me shit I already know. Your videos use Alicia's content, including, stuff that depicts her family, house, and activities. All right. I don't understand what her doing grocery shopping or making muffins in her kitchen has to do with fair use or transformative content, but apparently these people think that they have a point. So the point is, this type of use, especially when combined with derogatory commentary, fails to meet the standards of fair use, which typically only requires as much of the original work as necessary for the purpose of critique or commentary. Who are you to say how much of the content I need in order to have a complete commentary reaction video? So basically what they're saying in this channel is I should be using as little content as possible to get my point across. Isn't that subjective? If I need to see to the time Alicia walks from the parking lot into Wegmans to the time that she leaves to create a comprehensive commentary reaction video that I deem necessary, that's my prerogative. That's subjective to me. Who are you to say that I shouldn't need all of that footage or I shouldn't be using all of that footage? Interesting. So that was part 1 of the email. I'm going to pull up part 2 now. They go in here to talk about exceptions to copyright, which is basically more copy and paste from LexisNexis. Has nothing to do with anything. Just basically saying that my content does not qualify for fair use, doesn't serve educational purposes, doesn't have to serve an educational purpose. They're trying to tell me what fair use is. Okay? Now, I want you to keep this in mind for a second. Okay? This is fair use and all that, you know, like the Constitution, they keep quoting the Supreme Court. Okay, remember this. This is occurring in the United States. If they were to take me to court, this would occur in the United States. I just want everybody to be keeping that information in the back of their mind, okay? United States, all right? Doesn't serve educational purpose, doesn't, you know, constitute parody, blah, blah, blah. Calling her names and making fun of her daily life is not parody or legitimate critique. So they're trying to tell me what my content is, what fair use is, what the law is, and what they could do about it. If you were so confident in what you could do about it, why are you writing me this email? Why didn't you just take me to court? Why didn't you respond to my counterclaim? Because I gave you the option to take me to court. You had 10 days to take me to court. You didn't. You didn't. Okay? So they kind of wrap this up by saying, due to your filing of a counter notification under YouTube's rules, we're required to file and provide evidence that we have filed a federal lawsuit against you for all of this stuff that we have talked about in this email within 10 days. Want to make another quick little note. Not that big of a thing, but it is a minor note. It's a really piss-ass note that I want to talk about. And I want to say this isn't just 10 days. This is 10 business days. So I wasn't given, you know, this wasn't just like, oh, in 10 days, this is going to be resolved. This was 10 business days. So all of this shit went down on a Friday. So that Saturday, that Sunday didn't count. That gave them 2 extra days. That following weekend, last weekend, Saturday, Sunday, they had 2 extra days. So in addition to that, they had all of these extra days on the weekend to be doing this. And by the way, I want to point out another little piss-ass detail that pissed me off. All of my counterclaims were staggered, which means that they were not all reviewed and accepted all at one time. So the 10-day countdown did not all start at the same time. I started losing copyright strikes on Tuesday, but I didn't lose enough copyright strikes on my account to go live on here until today. So I wasn't even able to go live. I mean, I had already been losing copyright strikes over the past 2 days, but I didn't lose enough of them to have the 3 strikes removed. So that's 2 more days that I was taken off. So they had the full 10 business days. They had 2 weekends, 4 days there. And then they had 2 additional days of YouTube reviewing the paperwork. So this just wasn't like, 10 days and then you get your channel back. This was 10 business days on top of weekends, on top of extra days that it took YouTube to review this whole process. 16 days my channel was down. 16 days I wasn't able to make revenue on it. Okay. So they basically said in their closing arguments here from Temu, our goal is to protect our client, but we would like to give you an opportunity to come to a solution that may still achieve your goals. That is so thoughtful of them. Here I am thinking that they're just an ignorant bully. Here I am thinking that they're just spouting a bunch of bullshit to me. Little did I know they had my best interest in mind here. Oh my gosh, they're going to, by the grace of God Almighty, they're going to give me an opportunity to seek common ground with them so that I may still achieve my goals. Faith be damned. That is so thoughtful of them. That's so nice of them. I mean, in all of the ways that Eugenia praises Jeffrey, I was on my knees thanking them for mercy. How generous. I was astounded by this. I mean, I was in tears by this time, by this point in the email. But then when I read this, I got all choked up and I thought, is this a silver lining? Is this my second chance? You know what Eminem says about second chances. So here at the end of the email, this very interesting attorney offers me a deal. They said, instead of us, wiping the floor with you in court, instead of taking you to court and providing all this information and winning that we are, so confident about, we're going to give you an opportunity because we are still interested in you achieving your goals. Even though we tried to shut your YouTube down originally, we tried to get your account terminated. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a second chance. So honestly, by the grace of God, I don't know. I mean, I don't use the word miracle lightly here, but I was very, very thankful at this point in the email. So they go on to say, our intention is not to hurt you, but to protect our client and her family. When you strike my account 19 times and I receive an email that says your YouTube account is scheduled to be deleted in 7 days, something that I've worked on for over 2 years and has made me thousands of dollars. When you say to me, our intention is not to hurt you in some little piss-ass follow-up email from a counterclaim, when I say, okay, you got the balls to take me to court, let's do it. When you come on here to say now our intention is not to hurt you, I'm supposed to believe that? I told y'all at the beginning of this live stream that I found this email extremely condescending. Our intention isn't to hurt you. We would love to see you on YouTube. We would love to see you making content. Just not in ways that hurt our client's family. If you share this letter with the public to further degrade Alicia's value, it will be taken as an indication that no amicable solution is possible, and we will proceed with filing a lawsuit. File the lawsuit. We are willing to discuss a reasonable solution to avoid litigation. We propose the following. You confirm that you will stop using Alicia's content in a manner that is not considered fair use, and you agree to not use her videos, photos, or content in ways that reduce her market impact. So they're threatening me. At this point in the email, it's a threat. At this point, it's a threat. I've been threatened by this person. If you share an email that I sent you with the public, here's what I'm going to do about it. So they offered me a bargain here. And remember, y'all, this was maybe 3 days into my strike. And the forefront thing on my mind was, I want this strike to go away. I want to go back to live streaming. I want nothing to do with this. The most important thing to me right now is to get this strike off of my account. So when they offered me this little deal with the devil here and said, you confirm that you will cease using Alicia's content in a manner that is not considered fair use. You agree to not use her videos, photos, or other content in ways that reduce her market impact. When they said this to me, my first thought was tell them what they want to hear. Tell them what they want to hear, get the strikes taken off of my account, remove all of the ways that they can strike me on YouTube, and let's go from there. Because I would much rather her fight me outside of YouTube, or this company. I would much rather have this company fight me outside of YouTube than fight me through YouTube with copyright strikes, because then I don't have my account. Having my account back was paramount to me. So I thought to myself, tell them what they want to hear. Tell them what they want to hear. So then they said, if you don't let us know by June 4th, you know, so in addition to this little deal with the devil here and this little threat that they made against me, they said, if you don't let us know by June 4th, then we'll go ahead and we'll sue you. So what I said back to this person was, I said, honestly, after everything that has gone down this past week, I really don't even feel like covering Alicia anymore. That's the email I said to them, verbatim. Pretty much verbatim. They emailed me back, because remember, at the time, it was paramount to me to get this off of my account. My mind wasn't even thinking, let's think about doing another grocery haul reaction video. Wasn't even like, a thought on my mind in the slightest. So I tell them that. I say, honestly, I don't even really feel like making videos about her. They emailed back to me and said, thank you for confirming. Basically what they said was, I took their deal. I accepted their little threat right here, where they said, you can stop doing all this. Don't share this letter with the public, yada, yada, yada. So they confirmed that. But all I said back to them was, I don't really feel like making videos about her. That's all I said. So, you know what? Maybe in a couple weeks, maybe I will feel like making a video. Just when I sent this email back to them, I said I didn't feel like it. But like Chantal says, you can change your mind. So the email that I received back after I said that to them, when I said I don't really feel like making it, I thought that was going to be them repealing the strike. I was under the impression that when someone strikes you, they can unstrike you very easily. And, I was basically thinking, okay, well, if I tell them what they want to hear, if I say this, they're going to take away the strikes. I'm going to go ahead and take down all my videos about Alicia, and then we'll get on with it. I lost my YouTube account for like 5 days. Yeah, it sucks, but life moves on. That didn't happen. I didn't get my account back. I had to wait 16 days to get my account back. So when we were emailing, when I don't even remember the end of May, like May 30th or something, or June 1st, or I don't remember when this email was sent exactly, but I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have my account back today. This is going to be awesome. As soon as I email this person back and say, yeah, sure, whatever, they're going to go ahead and take the strikes off. So a day went by, and I thought, okay, well, maybe it takes a second for YouTube to process. Maybe it takes a second for YouTube to, review them taking the strike off. Okay. So then another day went by, and another day went by, and another day went by, until I realized that the strikes weren't going anywhere. No, the strikes weren't going anywhere. I was going to have to wait the full duration of the copyright strike. So where they kind of told me here, in this little deal with the devil about not making content, blah, 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 we would like to give you a solution that may still achieve your goals, blah, blah, blah. All of this, I was under the impression, oh, they're going to take away the strikes. This is really awesome. Get those things off of my account. They shouldn't be there to begin with, and they're preventing me from going live and doing what I do. So when I first received this email, I thought about it because, the older I get and everything, the more I realize to think about stuff, because you don't want to, especially in this kind of context, you don't want to make a quick snap decision. You don't want to email them back immediately and act on your emotions and go tell them, go F yourself, even though I was tempted to. I thought about it, read the email a couple times, thought about it, considered my options, and then I did what I did. But yeah, it was never revoked. So I had to wait 16 days because of someone giving me false copyright strikes. And behind the scenes, a company was threatening me with this kind of shit. One other point about this email before we move on. This person that emailed me, I'm not going to show their name, but this person who emailed me, I looked them up to see their credentials. I wanted to see if they were actually a practicing attorney. I wanted to see where they were located. I just wanted some background information on this attorney because a specific attorney reached out to me. This wasn't Alicia. This wasn't some representative from this was actually an attorney. So I looked this attorney up. You know what I found out about this attorney? This person doesn't even live in the United States. So this person writing me this email about all this shit of precedents and court cases and blah, blah, blah. This person, when I found their social media, says they live in South Africa. I was gooped. I was like, what is going on? A woman from New York who is represented by a company that is stationed in Miami is using an attorney that lives in South Africa. Do you all see this? Gooped. A woman who lives in New York, who is represented by a company that lives in, by a company that I think they're stationed in somewhere in Florida. I think it's Miami, but I'm not sure. Is using an attorney that lives in South Africa. I go like I look at the location on this person's social media. It says that a city in South Africa. I'm not going to say what city, but I'm thinking, so a woman from South Africa is going to represent a company that's representing a woman from New York to sue me in Pennsylvania. I was just like, this is insane. This is insane. Insane. Danielle, thank you so much. You were the real MVP for streaming this. Can you give my mom Anna a shout out? She's disappointed she can't watch it live right now. Love your content, Jordy. Shout out to Anna, and I really appreciate you sending that in, Danielle. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Now he has all of your info too. Yeah, I just think it's funny that it's not just one person that has all of my personal information now. It could be an international copyright and digital lawyer because she struck creators from a few countries. Okay. That's a good point, Lori. Because I'm not the only one that this happened to, by the way. If you guys don't know that, there are some other channels. Snarky Bish. There was Cursed Eye, and there were some others. They also received strikes about this. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that those people live in Canada. So that would even make it more messy. But I just think it's funny that someone that lives in not just a different country, but a different continent is emailing me about the U.S. Constitution and precedents and laws and U.S. law and stuff like I just thought that was extremely peculiar. Very peculiar. Jax, thank you. Can you say hi to Skylar? My kid loves you. Hi, Skylar. Hope you're having fun watching this. This is a lot to take in. I really appreciate you, Jax. Thank you so much for the support. Shouldn't her lawyer be where she is, though? She has to ask herself at some point, is it really worth it to try to strike? I'm very much so the type of person that's like, choose your battles. Don't put your energy into stuff that doesn't need your energy. I'm like a firm believer that like we all have like a finite amount of energy and like an expenditure before we get burnt out. So you need to be very conscientious about what you give that energy to. Not to get all woo-woo on you. I'm just, But if you're someone that is sitting around reading all of these things that people have to say about you on the internet, watching reaction channels and all that stuff, you're giving a lot of energy to people you shouldn't be giving it to. Because if you don't agree with someone's commentary or someone's critiques or, what people have to say about you on the internet, then, what are you going to do? Are you going to take everybody to court who doesn't like you? Are you going to sue everybody who has something that you don't agree with to say? You have to take the bar to practice in other states or countries. I don't know the specifics, but I do know that because she herself would not take me to court. Okay. So it would be that company that would take me to court, right? That company's based in, I think, Florida. So it's just like, even if you were to take me to court, where are you gonna, like, how are you gonna pay to come to my state? Are you gonna pay to come here, with your attorney from someone that you hire through Pennsylvania? Like, how's this gonna work? Because obviously you're not flying out so-and-so from South Africa. YouTube is backing the wrong horse in this race. In terms of YouTube and the copyright stuff, they give all of the protection and all of the marbles to the person issuing the copyright strike. I was on my own. YouTube gives the person issuing the copyright strike the benefit of the doubt. So, I was left with a pillowcase with no Halloween candy in it, and she was able to strike me, take my account down, remove me for 16 days. So are there repercussions for her? Let's move on. Pined Can Apple, thank you for coming back for a 4th month. Appreciate you. Haley Alexis, welcome back for your 5th month. Bleedin' Irish. Hey, Bleedin' Irish. Welcome back. Sure wish we could hear you. I can't believe I did that. All right. Let's bring up a quick little blurb. So this was from... When was this from? I want to say... So this was like... I want to say that this was Monday. This was a transcript that I had this was a conversation that I had with someone who worked at YouTube support. So I asked them what you just asked. I took a screenshot of our specific conversation here, and I said, will the claimant receive any punishment if they do not follow through with action? So basically I said, if someone strikes you and they don't take you to court and they just let it go, they let it expire after 10 days, like what happened with me, does anything happen to them? The YouTube rep told me, unfortunately, no, but your strike will be removed from your channel. Like, as if that's supposed to make me feel better. It's like, no, we're not going to do anything to someone who misused this, but you're not going to have the strike anymore. Like as if that's supposed to make me happy. It's like, oh, okay, the strike will go away, whatever. So I straight up asked them that. BS. So I said, so they can essentially shut my channel down with no recourse. Your channel will not be shut down if they will not submit valid documentation. Like, so they give me like a very like piss ass, stupid copy and paste answer. This isn't what I was asking. So I said, that's not what I meant. So at this point, I got my little bob wig on, and I got, a little bit Karen, and I said, is there anyone I can speak to about the logistics of this policy? I find it unfair. And this little YouTube representative says, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's just like they and this company that represents her, they got together and they just held hands and they said, I'm really sorry that he's going through this. We're really sorry. We really want to see him succeed. We really want to see him get the better end of the deal with this. So here's little Bernadette in the YouTube AI chat. And that company that emailed me, and they were both like tears, sharing tissues with each other, saying, oh, I really want him to get out of this. I really want him to see this through. So they said, I'm sorry I feel that way. If the claimant submitted multiple takedowns without valid proof, the channel will be subject for termination due to abusive use of the form. So my question is, what constitutes valid proof? Okay. So when you go to copyright strike someone, what kind of proof do you have to show? You know, it's like that part was a little bit confusing to me. So I asked her, how does YouTube determine if a takedown request was submitted with valid proof? And she just said, we have a dedicated team who reviews documentation for copyright takedown requests. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. We have a guy for that. We have a person that reviews that. We have somebody, you know, in a different department that works on that. Don't you worry about that. We have someone that does that. So she didn't answer my question. She wasn't helpful. And I asked, is there anyone I can talk to regarding this policy? I don't like this policy. I think this policy is BS. I think a lot of what you're telling me is fluff, and this isn't really going anywhere. And if no one bitches about these stupid policies, this is going to keep happening to people. So I don't mind being the first person to complain about it. There's strength in numbers. So, I mean, if enough people receive these copyright strikes, have their YouTube account taken, you know, all this stuff, threatened, all this stuff, then, you know, maybe we could do something about it. And I said, I want to talk to somebody. And she asked, are you referring to the copyright team? And at this point, I was just, you know, I wanted to talk to anybody. It's like, let me talk to someone in copyright, in like whatever, that I can talk to about this, because this isn't right. I mean, clearly you're not going to listen to me. Clearly you're not going to do anything about it. So let me talk to you. Let me talk to someone above you. Let me talk to someone above them. You know, but with little chats like this, they are designed to make it so it's like the least amount of communication of pause as possible. Like if you ever go on websites, you ever try to get a representative, and then it tries to get you to go to a website. It's like, oh, look at our Q&A. And then you talk, and it's like, no, I don't want to look at a Q&A. I have a question. I want to talk to a person. And it's like, well, talk to our AI chat, talk to our robot, talk to our automated voice recognition thing. No, I don't want to do that. I want to talk to a person. So these little chats like this, they're designed to make it so people don't talk to you. They're designed to limit the amount of work or the amount of communication that takes place. So I said, sure. Okay. Yeah. Give me the copyright team's email address. Give me anything. And this person said, ooh, unfortunately, all those people reviewing takedown requests to see if they're substantiated and to see if they're warranted and see if they should be allowed, they don't talk to creators. They don't interact with creators. So, unfortunately, they don't communicate directly to creators, as they are specifically assigned to copyright review. Okay, so these people can't be even talked to. If I wanted to talk to someone about this policy and complain about it and made my voice heard, I can't, because they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to hear from me. Because they're too busy. They're too busy reviewing takedown requests. So, as a last ditch effort here, I said, well, shit. Is there anybody that'll listen to me? Is there anybody I could talk to? Anybody at all? Anybody? I don't know. Should I just go and scream into a void? Should I just, I don't know, grab a pillow and scream into it? Would that accomplish anything? And they said, sure, you can send feedback. Please refer to this form. and they sent me the generic, very basic YouTube feedback. So like if one of you were to Google right now and be like, send feedback to YouTube, like in the link popped up, this is what it would be. So, yeah. That's how the conversation with the YouTube rep went. But the original reason why I reached out to them in the first place was because I was asking them, when is the copyright strike going to expire? Because they said that they were going to take it off. It didn't fall off. So am I going to have to wait the full 10 days? So how do they protect their creators? They don't. They do not want to protect their creators. They want it to be an independent thing, because as soon as they get involved with it, it becomes more time and more money for them. So if they can keep it as an outside entity, they can think to themselves, okay, we're saving time and money. They can deal with that on their own in court. We don't want anything to do with this. So YouTube does a very good job at separating themselves from creators when they get all pissy about stuff like copyright. So in terms of creators being protected by YouTube at all, no. But what I will say is they definitely give the upper hand to the person sending the strike. Big business logic. Babushka, thank you so much for the super sticker. Julia Gale, hey there. Did we defeat the YouTube Karen? I don't know at this point if they will reach out to me again and they will try to sue me for what I said today on this live stream, or threaten me or whatever. But the only power that I feel that they can have over me is with those copyright strikes. So I privated all the content that I have previously done about Alicia. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, you can't let her win. Oh my God, you're going to stop covering her? That means she wins, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, don't stop covering her, blah, blah. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from it. We're obviously not going to jump right back into Alicia content, because there are other things that I want to cover and everything. But I'm not going to be pushed around, and I'm not going to be intimidated, threatened, or bullied. So we're gonna take it day by day. I'm not saying that I'm done with Alicia on my platform. Not saying that in the slightest. More than likely, we will cover her in the future. But in terms of the format, the frequency, and some other logistics when it comes to that, it will be day by day. Because I don't want to be back in a situation where Strawberry Shortcake can have me in a chokehold and I don't have access to my account. She's not worth the trouble. Well, the thing about that is, if she's not worth the trouble, the thing about it's just like, when you really think about this is stupid, because she is my least performing person on my channel in terms of views. It's no secret to all of you that I'm here on YouTube to make money. So, I'm not like afraid or ashamed to admit that either. So, it's just like crazy to me that all of this is because of her. Because, I didn't really care about her content in the first place. But it's honestly like, now it's like, you act this way and you say these things to people and you threaten them and you try to get them deplatformed. and then you don't want them to cover you? It's like, that really doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't. It doesn't. But again, we're going to take it day by day. We're going to see. Hi, Bernadette. Thank you. Don't disparage the real strawberry shortcake. Raggedy Ann. Okay, yeah, Raggedy Ann. Jordy, this could happen with any video, so being scared is pointless. Amber Lynn could have done this to me. Foodie could have done this to me. Honestly, I've said this before. Out of anyone that would have struck me, I would have thought it would have been Eugenia. Because Eugenia works with that Super BAM company, and she has a team of lawyers. She's always had a team of lawyers. Eugenia comes from money. She's a wealthy individual. If anyone was going to take me to court and do this, I would have thought it would have been her. Because, you know, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything here, but on YouTube, I make a lot of noise about Eugenia. Those videos get a lot of views. You know, some of those videos about Eugenia have gotten over 100,000 views. So if anyone was going to, I mean, not the little, you know, random woman in Costco, you know, in these live streams, they get like 12,000 views. Like it shocked me, because I would have thought if this would have happened for anyone, it would have been her. She's losing anyway. That's why she's trying to blame everyone else. Yeah, that's the thing. When social media is everyone has their time, you know, everyone's really popular for one day, and then the next it's like, who is that? You know, think of like that kid who made that video where he filmed his friend walking into school every day, and he was like, oh, damn, Daniel, you look great today. You know, for like a week, he was like, holy shit. He went on Ellen, he got money, sponsorships, all this stuff. But who is that anymore? It's kind of the same thing with social media. It's like, to constantly be known and talked about and, you know, making money and, you know, not even just like making money or being talked about or known or anything, but at that high level. Because if you go back a couple years and you look at some of their videos and you see like the 200, the 300, the million plus views, those made a lot of money. But you know what? She's not getting those views today. Not getting those views today. And I'll say this again, because I think that there is a misconception when I say that people aren't making as much money as they used to. If someone is making $100,000 a month on YouTube, I'm not exaggerating that number either. I'm really not. So if someone is making $100,000 a month on YouTube, and then they drop to maybe $20,000 a month, that's still a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So you're still doing well for yourself. I mean, shit. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets really greedy for me, is because I feel that certain people feel a little bit entitled, that when they get to that level of social media and they make all that money, and they think that it's going to last forever. They think that those subscribers are going to go up and up and up, and the views are going to stay in the hundreds of thousands, and their monthly checks are still going to be six figures. They think that it's going to be forevermore. No. Greedy. That's definitely the word that comes to mind for me. So what this person is they're not grateful for the views and the audience that they have. They are pissed off about the audience and the views that they no longer have. And when someone is pissed off and they feel that they don't have anything to lose, they lash out. And what I address today in this video is someone lashing out. So it's out of touch with reality. It's entitlement. It's greed. It's nasty. I'll tell y'all what. I mean, I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Not just saying that. Not just saying that. You know, I'm thankful for everybody who sends in a super sticker, a super chat, a membership, bits on Twitch, all that. If I was making 1/10 of what I did on here, I would still be doing it, and I would still be if you send me a $500 super chat and you send me a $2 super chat, I am still going to acknowledge it, thank you, and, you know, provide a little feedback on what you had to say. I'm not on here pissed off, frothing at the mouth because I didn't make as much money as last month. And I think that that really speaks to someone's character. When you're supposed to be on here talking about values and the way that you live your life, and I think that really speaks to your character. If that's the way that you go about life and that's the way that you go about treating other people. That you would rather, that you're so pissed off that you're not making that much money that you would go out of your way to take away someone else's income out of spite. Out of spite. Babushka, thank you for the super sticker. Alexandra DuPont, thank you for the super sticker. It's not me, it's you. I think that some of these super chats are back when I was muted still. She literally took away income from you. She did. And, you know, I'm not going to tell y'all how much I make a month on YouTube and everything because it does fluctuate. But, you know, regardless of whether or not, I mean, that's 16 days I wasn't able to make revenue on here. I mean, just kind of compare that to your job right now. If you missed out on 16 days of work for a month, how would that affect you? You know, I mean, you know, I'm not saying that I was on the side of the road with a cardboard sign, you know, begging for coins, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter the dollar amount. I would be seeing red. This experience has tested my patience. This experience has made me really look at people. Well, I mean, not a big fan of people in general to begin with, but it really made me realize how low people will go to protect what they think that they are entitled to. She's playing with that coin. What's that thing that Jeffrey always says? Or God, was it coin? What does he always say? You disrespected the coin. Was that what he said? I forget. Thank you, Peach on a Leash. She really did you dirty. And you know what I will say? The tone of today's live stream would have been drastically different if the copyright strike would have fallen off after 4 or 5 days, like when they originally emailed me. Had they reached out to me prior to issuing me 19 violations and shutting my YouTube down, the conversation would have been extremely different. Had they just talked to me prior to all of this, instead of pursuing legal action and trying to shut my account down, drastically different conversation. I wouldn't have even shared any of this with you all. Had someone reached out to me and had a civil adult conversation with me about this instead of doing this sneaky ass greedy shit, I wouldn't have shared this. I wouldn't have shared this. I just would have had a conversation. I would have understood their point of view. I would have responded appropriately. But you set the tone when you sent me 19 violations on here and threatened to shut my channel down. You set the tone. So I'm just talking to you in the language that you addressed me in. You know, very much so like matching someone else's energy. You want to be polite. You know, you want to be cordial. You want to be, you know, whatever. I'll respond to you in that same tone. You want to come at me trying to take away my platform, to take away something I've worked on for 2 years, take away a source of my income, threaten to take me to court. If that's how you want to start the conversation, we can have that conversation. I'm happy to have that conversation with you. But if you want to get in the mud, prepare to get dirty. Cringe Monster, I really appreciate your super chat. Sorry I'm addressing this so late. Hi, I paused Bridgerton to be here. I haven't seen that. You know, there was a really good series on Netflix I watched recently. It's in black and white, and it's like a murder mystery. It's called Ripley. Has anyone else seen this? It's like set in the 1960s in Europe. It's good. It's good. A little slow, but I liked it. If y'all are looking for a new show, I think it's called Ripley. Ripley. Yeah. It's like a remake of some old show or something. I don't know. EMZBGD, thank you so much for the super chat. Sun Jelly, hi Sun Jelly, welcome back with Amazon Prime for your second month. Appreciate that. I remember at school they used to serve sun butter sandwiches. I don't even know what that is. Sun butter. It's like sun butter with grape jelly sandwich. We need to buy out all the little bites. Sunflower seed butter. Sunflowers mushed up. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever had it. I mean, I love a PB&J. You know, I can take down an Uncrustable. Thumbnail Gold. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Are you going to drag this out like a medical era? Oh, like how Amber Lynn will drag things out across 4 or 5 episodes? No. No. Today is really the only day I plan on talking about this. In all honesty. If something comes up or someone has a question in the future, I'm happy to answer it. But in terms of like a formal sit down to address this with all of you, today only. V, welcome back for your 3rd month. There's a star next to my name, as it should be. As it should be, V. Welcome back, V. Our favorite letter of the alphabet. Way too much time on our hands for someone with that many kids. So what's your next move? In terms of today's live stream? Or in terms of taking action myself? Well, like I said at the beginning of the stream, that's not something that I want to talk about. That's not something that I want to disclose. V for Vendetta. Moving on to better things. I mean, it's gonna be business as usual. We're gonna get back into it. We're just gonna keep doing what we've always been doing. You know, it was kind of like in the past 4 months, I've started to like, you know, look at like random people, like a family channel. You know, we started watching that age gap couple. We started watching some people on TikTok, but you know, I'm a Girl World reaction channel. That's the blood that runs through my veins is Girl World. I'm Amber Lynn, I'm foodie, and over the past year, like I've covered Eugenia pretty extensively and everything, but at my essence, my channel is a girl world reaction channel. So that's my community, that's my home, that's where I came from. But, I'm always interested in venturing out and covering other people and everything. But, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know who I'm going to be covering 2-3 years from now. One of the first questions that people ask me when they find out that I do this is, well, what are you going to do if they, because after all, look at the people I cover. It's Amber Lynn and Eugenia Cooney. So when they ask me that question and they say, well, what are you going to do if they, I like I like what I do on here. I like interacting with you all. I like having a conversation. I like having an open dialogue. I like reacting and stuff. So I don't know what 2 or 3 years holds from now, but we just take it day by day. That's all you really can do in life. You can have like a soft outline of what you would like to accomplish in life and everything, but in terms of planning every little detail down nitty gritty, I just don't think that that's necessary because stuff falls through so easily. Jordy, you could talk about anything and I'd watch. Oh, thank you, Nito Burrito. Thank you. Eugenia's getting interested. Gen X Renegade all over the internet right now. Ugh. I have Gen X Renegade muted on Twitter because when Gen X Renegade reaches out to me, it's not just one tweet. It's not just a, hey, F you. It's not just a, I hate Jordy. It is walls of text. My notification bank is filled with stuff when he interacts with me. It's obnoxious. So the only times that I see him talking to me is when you guys talk to him through me. So he's always tagging me and saying stuff. So when you guys go on his account and you reply to him and you also tag me in those tweets, that's the only way that I see them. But I did see, like, from last week when I tweeted, like, I'm scheduled to have my account back sometime this week. He commented on that tweet and said, I have no idea what this situation's about, but whatever it is, it's well deserved. I hope your channel gets taken down. Like, I saw he said all that and everything, but I like poking Gen X Renegade and stuff like that, but I'm not always in the mood for the walls of text. I would much prefer like little jabs from him, Gen X Lemonade. Mercury in retrograde. Oh gosh. It's so tiring to see. I don't like getting my notification bank filled up with like a whole, I don't want to read your novel. I really don't. There are plenty of other novels that I would love to read than what you have to say to me on Twitter. Danielle, welcome back for your 5th month. Really appreciate you doing that. It feels so right to have my membership back. All hail Lord Jordamort. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Danielle. Maybe for Halloween this year I'll dress up as Voldemort. It'd be a pretty easy costume. What is it? Just like a black robe and a wand? Well, I'd have to do that thing to my face. Oh, and I'd need a bald cap. Oh, and I'd need to cover up the facial hair. Maybe this is a little bit more complex. Nick Gross, welcome back for your 5th month. So excited you're fully back in action. I am. Thank you so much, Nick Gross. Glad to see ya. And Shave. When I was at Universal Studios this past December, there were these people in the Dr. Seuss part of the park, and they were dressed up like things out of like a Dr. Seuss book, and they had that nose that Voldemort has. Like, you know how Voldemort just has like slits on his face? They were walking around with that. They looked like Voldemort. So I'm thinking like, damn, you know, maybe like there's some like special effects makeup that I could do. I think it's interesting. Get a mask. I have a mask. Wait, where is my mask? You know, in my drawer full of stuff. Remember? Actually, for those of y'all that were here last Halloween, this is what I did I forget what we did that day. I think it was an Amber Lynn video. Was it an Amber Lynn video? I think it was an Amber Lynn video, but this is what I wore on Halloween. I like this mask because it doesn't have a bottom part, you know? Like with a full mask, you get like the whole face filled with it, but this, it's just like, you know, you get to still have some independence. I got this at Spirit Halloween. Oh my God. I remember when I bought it, the woman was like, what do you no it was like, oh my God, I bought it at Spirit Halloween, and then I walked from Spirit Halloween to, I think it was Marshall's. It was like a home, it was like one of those like home stores like TJ Maxx or something. I want to say it was a Marshall's, and she saw my Spirit Halloween bag and she said, oh, what'd you get? And I was like, a mask. And she said, can I see it? I thought that was a little strange, but I said, yeah, okay. And I pulled it out of the bag, and she was like, oh, cool. What are you going to do with it? I was like, wear it. And she was like, oh, like, are you going to go to a party or something? And I was like, yeah. I mean, even though I didn't, but you know, obviously I'm not going to get into the whole conversation about, oh, I actually have a YouTube channel and I'd like to wear masks and I like to cosplay and I'd like to dress up and we have this Voldemort joke and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God. It's just like, I don't know. Sometimes in public, like you have these interactions with people and you just think it's going to be like a little small talk thing, like haha. Like, you know, I held the door for someone yesterday at the gas station where I get the slushies at, and he looks at my cups, like my big ass Stanley that I fill up with water and everything, and he goes, holy shit, those are some big cups, dude. And I just kind of like laughed. I was like, yeah. And he said, what do you do with those? And I said, well, I fill one up with water and I fill the other one up with slushy. And he goes, they let you do that? And I go, yeah. I didn't know. I don't know what to say to people sometimes. Oh boy. But I love it. I love it. I love stupid little weird interactions like that. It's what makes life it's what makes life fun, you know? Because, you know, if he would have just walked in behind me and then not said anything, that wouldn't have been very fun. So we got to, you know, have a interesting little interaction. I love when random older people tell me that they love my Evanescence shirt. Be like, no, I fill it with food. What else do you fill a Stanley Cup up with? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he was really asking, or why he was so dumbfounded by the fact I had a cup. Maybe he thought it was strange that I was like bringing in my own cup. Like maybe he thought like I should use one of their cups. Like I don't know what he thought. But I mean, I like using my own cup because, you know, the Stanley, I mean, obviously you get the 40 ounces. And then on top of that, I think that, you know, your liquid is better insulated in this kind of cup versus like a flimsy little plastic thing. On top of the fact, I mean, shit, you know, you guys know how often I go there and I fill stuff up. Could you imagine if every time I went to go get a slushie or fill up my water, I got one of their cups? It'd be, you know, pretty exorbitant. Next time, say pixie dust and throw glitter in the air. I'll wait for that specific interaction to happen again. I'll just, every time I walk into the gas station from now on, I'll have a handful of glitter. Stop looking so approachable, Jordy. I don't think that I look approachable. I really don't. I don't have RBF or anything like that, but I mean, I'm just like a very ordinary looking guy, I think. I don't know. Are we getting a new Stanley? I'm glad you asked, Catherine. Oh my God. A new Stanley has been ordered. It will be here tomorrow. I'm not telling y'all the color. Not telling y'all the color. You can find out soon. You can find out soon. Uh-huh. And my friend who's coming to visit next week, y'all can meet him. We'll either do a live stream or do a vlog and everything, because me, him, and Marley, like, we're going to go out and do stuff next weekend. But he wanted a new cup too, and I recommended a Stanley, and he went and got a Stanley. So, and Marley has a Stanley. Marley has, what color is hers? I want to say hers is white. I don't know. But yeah. I knew this whole conversation was a Stanley ad. But first, gravy. I'm unsubscribing if it's anything but yellow. You'll have to wait and see. You will have to wait and see. Kitty Zombie Slayer, I really appreciate your super chat. Not much, but I've missed you. I have missed. I mean, I know we've had the other channel and everything, but I mean, it's just like, not everyone follows that channel. I mean, super, thankful that I had that other channel to still stream on during these past 2 weeks and everything. But, it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm glad to be back. Thank you, Kitty. Sick Sad World, I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. How's Marley and the triplets? Marley just got back from the beach. She was at the beach with her boyfriend. She got a new iPad. What else is new with Marley? She got a new iPad. Her office flooded. Her office flooded a couple months ago, but they finally renovated the building so she can go back. What else is new with her? I don't know. You're nearly up to 58K. I'm like, where's my YouTube? 50. I'm 60 subscribers. No, sorry, 57. I'm 57 subscribers away from 58,000. So, if y'all would like to press that little red button, that'd be nice. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not going to threaten you. I'm not going to threaten you or, intimidate you into doing it. But, if you would like to, I'd be okay with that. Put gravy in the Stanley. Would Marley ever do a live reaction with you? I don't know if she still does this, but she used to go live on TikTok a lot. But yeah, she'd be so down. What I'm thinking, y'all, is I'm thinking that I want to go back to Disney sometime in the fall. And I think I'm gonna try to get her to go with me. So we would definitely be able to do a lot of live streaming from Disney again. Because last time when we went to Disney, I mean, if y'all watched that vlog and everything, we went with family, and it was just like the dynamic wasn't very chill. Like, it was very, not the vibe that we wanted. But I would love to go again. Would love to go again. Thank you, eGamma. I've been subscribed, but how do I get the membership? There's I don't know if you're on your phone right now, but there's an option to press like a little support button on the chat and it lets you subscribe. But I mean, you have to have a credit card linked to your account and everything. Some people have trouble with it. I've heard it's easier to do on a desktop or a laptop. Expired zebra cakes in the Stanley. Are the zebra cakes still going strong? Let me see. No signs of wear and tear yet. I feel like this is one of those foods that'll last forever. You know how they like put a Big Mac and fries in a glass case for 15 years and it looks the exact same? I feel like that'll be the case for the zebra cakes. Oh my god, for those of you that weren't here the other day, we went to Target on one of my IRL live streams and we got this cute little tomato. And in the tomato, I found it at Target. It was just like sitting there and I thought it was cute. So I bought this tomato and I put all of my M&Ms in it. So from now on, instead of a bag of M&Ms, it'll be this random little tomato that I bought at Target full of M&Ms. It's green, but it's coming up as transparent because of the green screen filter. Apocalyptic zebra cakes. You guys, I'm hungry. What should I get? Oh, pizza. Get pizza. L's RPH, thank you so much for a 5th month. Hello. So glad you're back on your main channel. Is this a silver lining? Oh, Lordy Morjordy now has more subs. Heart hands and galaxies to you. Thank you so much, RPHL. Yeah. Oh, Lordy Morjordy came in clutch there. I mean, had I not had that second chance? I mean, honestly, the only way that y'all would have heard about that then was through Twitter. Because I really don't have any other... I at the time, I had no other way of interacting with you all. It was just Morjordy and Twitter. So... hypertensive tomato, yeah. Julia97, thank you so much for resubscribing for a 2nd month. Late Yeti, also, thank you for your 2nd month with Amazon Prime. Thank you for supporting me and Overlord Jeff. Jeff needed more money. Did y'all see, oh my god, did y'all see that video of Jeff Bezos' wife getting all googly-eyed at Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, Jeff and his wife walked up to Leonardo DiCaprio and she was like awestruck. She was like, like she was, it was so cringe. Aw, thank you, G Mary. Taja, thank you so much. That's a really pretty name. Alicia didn't think she'd have to pay for this. I don't know what went through her mind when she did that. But what I would encourage, not that they'll listen, but what I would encourage people is if you have a problem with someone, make sure that your course of action is legitimate. And make sure that if you want to have a cordial conversation with someone, if you want to be dealt with the way that they want to be dealt with, like if you want it to be reciprocal, you need to not come at them with like Knives Out. Or Claws Out. Knives Out's a movie. You don't need to come at me with Claws Out. We could have had a very cordial civil conversation. But you set the tone. You set the tone. But first, Gravy, thank you so much. This is your sign that you should be a lawyer. Too much reading. Too much reading. I could have a whole conversation with you all as to why I didn't go to law school and why I decided that wasn't going to be a part of my life. But aren't you a paralegal? I am a certified paralegal. I'm a certified paralegal, baby. I want to go to law school. Shit's so expensive, though. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone unless you either have incredibly good test scores or you know someone. Oh my god, the fake account in the chat. That's hilarious. Hey Gigi, Bug Love, thank you so much for that. Welcome back. Welcome. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I mean, I technically wasn't gone because, I did have the other channel and everything, but it felt like it. Or it sure felt like I was gone. It sure felt like it. I really appreciate that, Bug Love. Thank you. I'm a certified paralegal too. Yeah, there's a oh my god, sorry. My brain's a little mush right now after popping off for so long. There's a university down town that I did it at. Duquesne, if anyone's familiar. Do you think she's been watching this? Don't know, don't care. Chill Phantom Hive. Very generous of you. Thank you so much. Get him, Jordy. Get him, Jordy. Thank you for the words of encouragement. I really appreciate that. Jordy's City of Thieves! Oh my god. The City of Thieves! Oh my god, thank you. I was checking Jordy and more Jordy yesterday, and I knew you were coming back. Long live the Shorty Thieves! Yes, long live the City of Thieves. I love that. Oh my god. One of the funniest episodes. Oh gosh. I think my favorite character on Adventure Time is either... No. LSP. I would say LSP is my favorite. LSP, and then BMO's a close second. But yeah. There's so many miscellaneous side characters on that show. It's so good. It's such a good cartoon. Jordy doesn't like coconut water. I don't. I'm not drinking Prime. Yeah. No, thank you. Ava, I really appreciate your super chat. Is this lawyer named Saul Goodman by chance? I have actually. I'm assuming you're referring to Better Call Saul. I've never seen that show, but I don't know. So I don't get all y'all's references, but at least I'm aware of that one. Like the Welcome Back Kotter one, I had no idea what that is. But this one, at least I'm familiar a little bit. Partial credit. You turn in a homework assignment, you only did a little bit of it. It's like partial credit. Oh my gosh. Jordy's City of Thieves. They appreciate you becoming a member as well. Thank you. Hangry Sloth, welcome for your 4th month. Welcome back. You're an absolute legend. She's bitten off more than she can chew by going after you. I hope she's humbled quickly. Definitely an unnecessary thing that has occurred over the past few weeks. Definitely unnecessary. Cherry Bomb! Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that, Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb! Where is... Sorry, just responding to a couple messages. Oh, thank you, little flower business. We can wander through the forest. Sorry. Didn't mean to clear my throat in your face. Unless you're into that. Oh, you're eating lasagna. Yum. I'm not a big fan of ricotta cheese. I'm just not a ricotta cheese girly plop. Hangry Sloth. Thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you keeping up with the chats, Ern. Thank you so much. I disagree with a lot of your food opinions. Like I always say, CD, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. I suppose I am a little bit picky. A little bit. Casey, thank you so much. Appreciate your super chat. Rocket B, also, thank you for the very generous super chat. My. Oh, Jordy, you naughty, naughty boy. Definitely have some of my money. Bugger on down the road. I would like for her to bugger on down the road and not be sending me strikes. Yes, I would. Shouldn't have happened to begin with. Thank you so much, Rocket B. Trackstar, hey there. Welcome back for your second month. Happy to have you. Do you like Mexican cheese? I do. Love queso. Are the strikes removed? Yes, they are all gone. I believe all of the More Jordy strikes are gone too. I think. Not that it matters. I mean, the more Jordies... copyright strikes really only matter if you have 3 of them. Which I did. I had 3. So, More Jordy never had 3. So... But yeah, the Oh Lordy It's Jordy channel, this one we're streaming on right now, they're all gone. Beavers Unit, hey there. You should see her menu dresses she promotes. Oh god, I have no idea what you're referring to. It sounds like I don't want to know what you're referring to. But thank you so much. Pam needs to travel. I appreciate that. Fight the man or weird woman with a shopping addiction. Well, I'm hoping that this is all over with. I'm hoping. I'm thinking it is, though. I'm more certain than not that it is. My oldest doesn't like cheese. I'm not sure if he's actually mine. You know, I didn't like cheese for a large portion of my life. I didn't start eating cheese until I was like... probably... I mean, I don't eat cheese. I like cheese, you know. I like cheese. But, like, I could never eat... You know how some people have, like, a charcuterie board and just eat cheese? I could never do that. Like, a cheese board, I could never do that. Or like, I'm weird about like yellow cheese too. You know, you go to like a baseball game, you get those nachos with that yellow cheese. I don't think I could eat that straight up. It has to be with something. Which is worse, ricotta cheese or copyright strikes? A copyright strike on a video about ricotta cheese. That's the ultimate nightmare. Edelweiss, thank you so much. Get a good night's sleep tonight, Jordy. You look tired. I feel like I always look tired. The dark circles, that's just always been my thing. So, I promise, I feel like I have energy right now, but maybe I just look tired. Maybe I just have one of those faces. RBF. Maybe like, I'm like RSF. Tangled, thank you so much for becoming a member. I feel like this isn't your first month, but it's telling me here that it's your first month. I feel like that's not correct. Regardless, thank you so much. Suck it. I appreciate you so much, Tangled. Iron Mama, welcome to the team. Happy to have you, Iron Mama. Welcome aboard. Too much World of Warcraft? Maybe a little bit too much, yeah. Maybe a little bit too much. That game just has a way of making you spend a lot of time on it. It just has that power. It's had that power for me since, when did I start playing? 2007? I started playing in 2007. So Dumick, thank you so much for subscribing for a third month. Welcome back with your Prime. Hypertensive Tomato, appreciate your super chat. Happy to send my first ever super chat to Team Jordy. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for giving me your super chat V card. I really appreciate that. Kendra farted. I know, Kendra farted and then passed away. That's not really the way I wanted her arc to end, but, you know. Linda LT, thank you so much for becoming a member. Happy to have you. No, I've never played Baldur's Gate. White cheddar. I like white cheddar popcorn, but white cheddar popcorn does not like me. I'll say that. That's kind of me with a lot of foods. I like the foods, but they don't like me. Gosh, the hot sauce from Chipotle. Oh my God, y'all. I love that hot sauce. A chicken burrito with that hot sauce on it. Oh my God, the best thing ever. I can't digest it. It comes out like lava. I mean, seriously. If my stomach is a dormant volcano, I get one drop of that Chipotle hot sauce in my stomach. Oh my God. Whew. Krakatoa. Courtney B. Welcome back for your second month. Happy to have you. Dell. Hey, Dell. Our Twitter friend. Thank you so much. Don't play with it. Love you, Jordy. Thank you so much, Dell. I appreciate that. That's sweet of you. Chantal's regressed obese toddler grip. What on earth? Tangle, thank you again. Put fair diffuse disclaimer before all your lives. Would it do anything? I mean, yeah, I probably should, and yeah, I could. But, I mean, honestly, if someone wants to strike me, is me having a fair use disclaimer at the beginning of my video going to change anything? That's kind of the way I look at it. I used to do that on my videos a long time ago. But then I just kind of thought, like, what's the point? Just don't play League of Legends. I've never gotten into that. Never gotten into that. Anastasia, thank you so much for the super. Welcome back. Appreciate that, Anastasia. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Well, I pronounced it 2 different ways, so hopefully one of them's correct. I literally cried last time I tried it. I was down in a ball praying to God. Oh my God. There was one time. I mean, like, the more food I have it to like soak up the stomach acid, the better. But one time I had it with just chips. I needed an ambulance. That was bad. That was bad. I just don't do it anymore. I just don't do it. I love it. Love it. But it's not worth it to die on the toilet later. Amber Thompson. Hey there. Thank you. Dad Challenge podcast has had numerous problems with her. He said that he feels that she has done this so many times to him. YouTube warned her about striking him. Maybe talk to him, start a group. So I actually got in touch with that person and we had a conversation about many things and he gave me a lot of good advice. So he actually helped me get through this. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate that. Jasna K, appreciate your 5th month. Holy cow, 5 months. Welcome back, Jordy. I'm here for whatever kind of content you want to create. You are the entertainment. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Thank you so much, Jazz. I appreciate the support. Joanna Haggerty, welcome. Welcome. You are now a member. Yes, you are. No one can take that away from you. No one can intimidate that into taking it away from you. Tangled. Well, that's so weird. It says you're a member now for 2 months. It's like you subscribed and then you subscribed again, and I don't know. Maybe Streamlabs is acting up. Regardless, thank you, Tangled. Mr. Cardigan Girly. Is that a Mr. Snowflake stan? You're a great person. I heart you. You're professional. She's not. Thank you so much for the compliment, Mr. Cardigan Girly. I appreciate you sending those in. I wish all the struck channels could band together. How long have you been doing this? I think I started doing YouTube in February of 2022. But I've been a part of Girl World a little bit longer than that. I've been in Girl World now for about 3 years. Kelly Ann, thank you. Holy cow. That is extremely generous of you. I really appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you. Holy cow. Please start conspiracy streams. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. I would love to do a Kardashian conspiracy stream because there are many. I love that. I love that. Jordy, you left me on red about that broken graphics card. Oh my God, do I still have it? Wait. What happened to that thing? I remember you and I were talking about that. I was like, you were like, send it to me. I have no idea what became of that thing. Did I throw it away? I may have thrown it away. I'm so sorry about that. I do. I remember talking to you about that. Oh my God. I'm like dumbfounded right now. Because like I have all the packaging right here. Like this is like I must have... Did I throw it away? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Still waiting for your ghost hunting stream. Ghost hunting! I don't know if I've ever said anything about ghost hunting. I would, though. I love ghost hunting. Not that I've done it a lot. I've done it once. I didn't find any ghosts. But First Gravy, thank you so much for that. The nastiest person I cover? Define nasty. I would need nasty defined. But you know, I think that everything that I talked about in today's live stream details out how I feel. Emotional support slushy. I love those emotional support slushies. Thank you so much. You're the only reason any of their content's worth watching. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that. At least somebody's appreciating the transformative process. Prison Becky, welcome back for your second month. I love you, not in a weird short bangs way. This community is delightfully weird. Bunch of lovable freaks. We really are. We really are. Our corner of the internet is one of a kind. We really should be studied in a lab someday. Thank you so much, Prison Becky. Welcome back. Hangry Sloth, appreciate you. Thank you. Thought would be hailed a super mom, and she didn't receive the reaction she was expecting. This all makes it look a lot worse. We heart you, Jord. You can't control your image of people. You can to an extent, but the real you eventually shines through. It does. The real you eventually shines through. iGnarly TV. Appreciate you coming back for a second month. Thank you. Oh my god, Marley's calling me right now. Mr. Cardingan Girly, thank you so much for becoming a member. Happy to have you. Beth McBlaze, welcome back for your 5th month. 5 months, holy cow. All the way back from January. Yay, Jordy, happy you're back. I am happy to be back. Thank you so much. Ray is away, appreciate that. Bodie doesn't like false copyright strikes. No, he doesn't. Strawberry Pediasure and false copyright strikes. N-O. And I'm on board with that too. L's RPH, thank you again. Cheryl and Quran, 37-year age gap is what they look like. Oh my god, I've never heard of them. I'll have to look into that. Cheryl and Quran. Oh boy, okay. All right. Maybe we could look at that on stream sometime. You say they're on TikTok? Remind me again. We could look at that on stream. That'd be fun. Raquel, hey there. I really appreciate your super chat. Thank you. We're here, Jordy. We're what a total waste of time and needless drain of energy. I agree with you. I agree with you. It was a long 16 days. Is there anything or anyone you would like to cover but you're scared of because it's controversial or risky? Not really. No. Thank you, Raquel. Twig! Appreciate your super. I would love a Foodie Beauty video soon. She's in her downfall era, just saying. I feel like Chantal has been plummeting from outer space for a long time now, but, you know, what goes up must come down. Thank you, Twig. Cat's DM Meow. Hey there. Look at you gifted. Oh my gosh, gifting all these subscriptions. Oh god, 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Thank you so much. Cat's DM Meow. Oh, so glad to see you today. Thank you for the support as always. Jess Johnston, sorry. So glad you have your channel back. Sorry I had to go through all that. You bring me so much comfort sending all the heart hands. Well, a heart hand back to you, Jess. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really didn't think that that's how I was going to start my summer off, but life can be unpredictable. Thank you, Jess. I'm happy to be back. Casey. Hey, Casey. I started watching for the Alicia content, but I stayed for Jordy. I have now binged all of your content. All of it. Wow. What do you think of Girl World? It's always funny to see people who find me through, like, the miscellaneous stuff, but then they see, like, Amber Lynn. It's like, what's this all about? Harry Insult, thank you. I'm going to North Shore Tavern tomorrow. I love North Shore. I think North Shore's pretty. It's fun to walk at. It's fun to bike at. I know this is kind of basic, but I really like Bar Louie. I know it's a chain, but I love Bar Louie. And there's a Bar Louie in North Shore. Have fun. That sounds awesome. Femme Marie, welcome back for your 5th month. You fought the good fight. How does it feel to be free? It feels great. It also, I don't know. It's bittersweet. It's like, one hand, it's like it shouldn't happen in the first place. And on the other hand, it's like, I'm glad it's over with. Thank you so much, Femme Marie. And lastly, CC Viz. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Just so you know, I watched For You, and the drama from Girl World is just a bonus. Love you, George. So glad you're back. Thank you for the very kind words, CC. Happy to be back. All right, y'all. I am going to go get some dinner, and then I have a thing at 8 for my little World of Warcraft people. So we will be back tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure who we're going to be covering tomorrow, but we will be back tomorrow. Yes, we will. Thank you so much to anybody who sent in something today, participated in the chat, watched an annoying ad that they didn't want to, you know, anything of the sort. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for listening to me of everything I had to say today. Really am glad to get that off of my chest and let you all in on what happened. So that is where we are going to end today, but we will be back very soon. I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you